Pre MLS is a new status that's been added to the Matrix system so that agents can enter all of their temporary waived listings for other subscribers of Heartland MLS to be able to see. So, we're back to take a deeper dive into temporary and permanent waivers, right, Elaina?
Right. You know, Patti, something seems a little bit different about you today. I can't put my finger on what.
I was just thinking the same thing about you, Elaina.
Oh well, let's get started.
Pre MLS isn't just about entering those waived listings.
That's right. You have to know how to use the waiver in the first place and the possible risks that can go along with it. Temporary waivers are ones we touched on in the last video that must be entered as Pre MLS. These waivers are intended to use for homes that need updates, like new carpet or paint, or just if they need to be staged or photographed. Basically, if your seller wants to delay showing the property for a bit, that's what the temporary waiver is for.
Even though you can't show the property, there are a few things you can do to market the property, like putting your sign in the yard and a coming soon sign if you want.
Just remember, you cannot show a temporary waived property to anyone for any reason. Sound familiar? Permanent waivers are a little different though. They're intended for sellers who request complete confidentiality and don't want their property marketed for people to see. They never go on the MLS at all except if the seller agrees. Then you can enter them after the close of the sale.
But you can still market permanently waived properties. You can put up your sign and even show the property on day one.
Right, but with permanent waivers, you cannot use a coming soon sign on the property.
That could result in a $500 fine. Both of these types of waivers come with some risk that you should be aware of before you decide to use them. You have a fiduciary duty to your seller, so you have to make sure you're getting them the highest price possible.
And when you enter your property into Heartland MLS, we have your back on things like fair housing and compensation. So if you don't have the property in the MLS, you have to be careful that you're handling everything correctly so you don't accidentally violate fair housing, and even just so you know you'll be compensated for your work.
We hope this answered some of your questions on property waivers, but we know there's still more to talk about.
Look out for our next video coming soon. Thanks for watching!
Hey, wait a second. You're a cartoon.
Oh my gosh, you are too!